Junie B., first grader at last, chapter 6, the E game. I sat in a chair next to Mrs. Weller's desk. She asked me lots of questions. First, she asked me how I liked my summer vacation. Then she asked me how I liked first grade and how I liked Mr. Scary. This is called stall talk, I believe. Finally, Mrs. Weller stood up. Have you noticed the eye chart I have hanging on the wall, Junie B.? She asked. She pointed at them. Eye charts are posters that help us test our eyesight, she explained. I have 2 different kinds. See? One has alphabet letters on it, and the other one right next to it is filled with funny E's. That one is called an E chart. I looked at the funny thing. Whoa, I said. Those are the craziest E's I've ever seen. They are backwards and forwards and upside down. You're right, said Mrs. Weller. The E's are all mixed up, aren't they? And today you and I are going to play a game with the mixed up E's. It's called the E game. After that, Mrs. Weller got a little paper cup and she showed me how to hold it to cover one of my eyes. We're going to be testing each of your eyes separately, she said. One eye is hiding under the cup and the other eye will play the game. Okay? Shrugged my shoulders, because what choice did I have? Mrs. Weller showed me where to stand to play the game. Then she went back to the E chart. All right. Now each time I point to one of the E's, I want you to tell me the direction it's facing. Are you ready, Junie B? I shrugged again. Then I hid one eye behind the cup and Mrs. Weller pointed at the first E. I pointed my finger up. That one is facing up at the ceiling, I told her. Good, she said. Excellent. I felt a little better inside. Mrs. Weller pointed to the next E. I put my finger down to the floor. That one's facing down, I said. Mrs. Weller smiled and nodded. I stood up taller, because this wasn't as hard as I thought. After that, the nurse kept on pointing at more E's, and I kept on telling her which way they were facing. Right, left, down, left, up. I stopped and grinned. Hey, what do you know? I'm a breeze at this game, right, Mrs. Weller? Right? I said. Mrs. Weller winked at me. We're almost done, she said. Only a few more E's to go. She pointed to a new row. There was a funny smudgy thing next to her finger. Whoops, I said. What happened there? Did someone spill something on the chart? Mrs. Weller did a little frown. She kept pointing at the smudgies. Can you tell me anything about these marks, Junie B? She asked. Yeah, it's a smear ball. Mrs. Weller pointed her finger over a little bit. What about this mark? Can you tell me anything about that? I stared at the thing. That one's a little toughy, I said. Finally, Mrs. Weller came over to me. That's fine. You did fine, Junie B. And that, we played the same game with the other eye. And guess what? I saw 3 more smudgies and smearies. After I was done, I sat down in the chair. Mrs. Weller said I needed glasses. I did not like Mrs. Weller.